Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, and
Kakwadash.
Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim out there in the four corners, teaching the truth and sincerity. It's a Stashar Kwal Math over here with the brother
Barak.
coming at you with a quick lesson. Lord's willingness is edifying to the hopeful elect. Baba Kushai.
This is Job chapter 28 and verse 28. It says, "And unto man he said, Behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding."
So it says, to fear Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, that is wisdom. And to depart from evil, that is also understanding. And I brought that precept out, straight from the gate, because that is our stability. That's our comfort. And that's what we need to lean upon on these times. Okay? But Baba Kushai, could you go to that Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7?
Okay. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 7. It says, "Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart."
It says, surely oppression. All right, we are in oppressive times right now. Okay, we are oppressed on every side. All right, monetarily, physically, emotionally, because a man can't be a man in this society. Spiritually, because we can't worship Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, in faith and in truth before these people, because they look down, on what Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai stands for, or they just don't know, because they're ignorant to the fact. But Baba Kushai, could you read that again?
Yep, and then I have a precept for you.
Come, Baba Kushai.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 7, it says, "Surely oppression make a wise man mad."
All right, and see, a wise man is a man that seeks out the will, strength, and power of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai in all his ways. That's a wise man. Baba Kushai, continue.
It says, "And a gift destroyeth the heart."
And a gift, something that is given unto you to cause you to fall. But you have a precept?
Yeah, this is 2 Corinthians 4 and 8 in the NLT, and I'll read a couple verses down. It says, "We are pressed on every side by troubles, but we are not crushed. We are perplexed, but not driven to despair. We are hunted down, but never abandoned by the Most High. We get knocked down, but we are not destroyed. Through suffering, our bodies continue to share in the death of Yahushai, so that the life of Yahushai may also be seen in our bodies."
That's right. You got it.
Kind of. I was just wanted to bring that right out because you had roughly paraphrased it, and that's a heavy scripture, and it lets you know how important this truth is, despite the the state that we're in, okay, the powerless state that we're in.
Man.
At the same time, we're not powerless, right? Because we have access to the power through Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
And that's the difference. That's the game changer. That's what's going to give us an advantage, all right, in these times to come.
But
you got it.
Like it says also in the scriptures, Yahweh Shai said, "Oh, you weren't Jacob," right? Because we are defenseless on this side. We are defenseless. Our only protection is Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. Salakia. Also pull that. Dang, it was just on my.
Sirach 40. Or something else.
It was something else, but Baba Kushai, it's all called to walk. Okay. We can go to that Sirach 40.
Okay. All right, this is Sirach chapter 40, and where you going to start?
Sirach chapter 40, start at the top, Baba Kushai.
Sirach chapter 40, it says, "Great travail is created for every man, and an heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam, from the day that they go out of their mother's womb to the day that they return to the mother of all things.
All right, so that heavy yoke, you know, is walking in this world, you know, because even from the beginning, you know, whenever Adam and Eve was cast out the garden, you know, they had hardships, you know, they had hardships, you know. It says, Salakia, read that again, Baba Kushai.
Yep. It says, "Great travail is created for every man, and an heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam."
You know, great travail. You know, that's pains.
Right.
You know, that's conflict and a burden.
Right.
That's a burden that's, you know, weighing you down. You know, just like it says, we ain't got to pull it, but in that better yet, go to that Sirach chapter 23.
Okay.
Real quick. Hold on. No, Sirach chapter 6 verse 23. That's what it is.
This is Sirach chapter 6 verse 23.
Because the world has their burdens, you know, like, you know, you wanting to eat, having food, you know, maintaining day-to-day society, getting back and forth to work. But Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai's burden, you know, that he left for the elect is lighter than the burden of this world, the burden of this society. But I believe it's that Sirach 6 and 23.
Sirach 6 and 23, it says, "For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many."
Well,
the next verse, my bad.
Yeah, Baba Kushai.
It says, "Give ear, my son, receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel."
That's it. So this is Sirach, you know, Sirach's grandfather, you know, talking to him, you know, about the burden that is to come in the spirit. Continue.
Verse 24, it says, "And put thy feet into her fetters, and thy neck into her chain."
All right, and that's like you're locking yourself up, you know, because a burden is being put upon you, you know. But what did Hawashai said? He said that my burden is light, right? Continue.
It says, "Bow down thy shoulder and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds."
You know, because wisdom is a burden to those that aren't able to obtain her in the proper sense. Okay, what's that? Wisdom of Solomon 1:1? Baba Kushai. Salaki, I know I got you jumping everywhere, but if you could pull that Wisdom of Solomon 1:1, you know, going into wisdom and how precious she is, you know, and we're not taking away from the lesson. We're adding to it. Baba Kushai.
Wisdom of Solomon 1:1.
Yep.
It says, "Love righteousness," or Slakia, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1 verse 1. It says, "Love righteousness, ye that be judges of the earth. Think of the Lord with a good heart, and in simplicity of heart seek him."
All right. It says, love righteousness. You know, what is righteousness? The law, statutes, commandments. All right. What are the things that are pleasing unto you? How about Shemi Al-Shai? You know, you keeping your eye single and taking your eye away from this world. You know, looking at the filth of this world as joy. You know, continue.
Verse 2, it says, "For he will be found of them that tempt him not, and showeth himself unto such as do not distrust him."
And he will show himself unto those that do not distrust him. Okay, so that means that they're gonna have full faith in Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai. But you can go back if you don't have anything else.
Okay, kind. Well, that also made me think of Hebrews 11.
Kind.
You know, those who come to, you know, Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai must know that he is, roughly paraphrasing. You know, this is back in Sirach 6, Sirach 40.
6.
Sirach 6 and verse
25.
25, it says, "Bow down thy shoulder and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds.
You know, so you're not going to be grieved with the bonds that that Yahweh Shemi Shai has put upon you. All right. Now these bonds are going to keep you in the proper way. All right. It's going to keep you in the proper order as you're going about your walk. Continue.
It says, "Come," verse 26. "Come unto her with thy whole heart, and keep her ways with all thy power."
So keep the law, statutes, and commandments with every bone in your body. All right. Try your best not to go off, even though we are men and we are in the flesh, and I mean we can't keep it 100%, but we're doing it the best that we can in these wicked ass times. All right. A little bit more.
Verse 27, it says, "Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee."
See, she has to be made known unto you in order for you to keep her. All right, because if you're just shooting from the hip, you know, it's going to be for filthy lucre's sake.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
You want me to keep going?
come, because there's a little bit more.
It says, "Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go."
Let her not go. All right, because you have gotten hold of a precious thing that cannot be, you know, taken from you, especially in these times to come. A little bit more. I think 29 is the point.
Verse 28, it says, "For at the last thou shalt find her rest, and thou shalt be turned to thy joy."
So you shall find her rest. Where's her rest? Her rest is knowing who you are, who and what you are here for, you know, and understanding more and more of the fruits of the spirit. Okay, one more verse, Baba Kushai, and we'll go back to that Sirach 40.
Verse 29, it says, "Then shall her fetters be a strong defense for thee, and her chains a robe of glory."
So then she shall be a strong defense for thee. That means that she's going to protect you, you know, from all evilness and wickedness of the mind, of the flesh, you know, of these chains of darkness. All right, and of the outside forces such as Esau and these other nations. Okay, because all that is through the will, strength, and power of Yahweh by Shemi Al-Shai to always be a defense. What is that? The name of Yahweh by Shemi Al-Shai is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe. Okay, so that's all a part of that. All right, but if you don't have a precept, Baba Kushai.
Back in Sirach 40.
Baba Kushai.
This is Sirach chapter 40 and verse 1 again. I'll read fast. Or not read fast. But it says, "Great travail is created for every man, and an heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam. From the day that they go out of their mother's womb to the day that they return to the mother of all things."
And the mother of all things is, you know, Israel, you know, because Israel is the mother of all things. You know, that's where everything started, you know, in the Fertile Crescent. Okay? Continue, Baba Kushai.
Verse 2, it says, their imagination of things to come, and the day of death trouble their thoughts and cause fear of heart."
Yeah, and this is, you know, towards all men, but, you know, mainly towards you Jakes. Okay? Because this is your book. All right, this is showing you how and why things are going on all around you in today's term, all the way from back then. All right.
Yeah, I got a quick one.
Baba Kushai.
Because this comes out, I bring this out often, but it's the spirit. This is 2 Ezra 14 and 14.
Ooh.
It says, "Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature,"
which is this flesh.
Yep.
Go ahead.
"And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times."
Because how do you flee from these times? You know, through the scriptures.
Yep.
You know, that's how you flee.
Yep.
All right, because You're trying to get out of the mental chains that's been put upon you by your enemy, Esau Edom, you know,
Yep.
up through these times, because these are the worst times to be trapped mentally. All right, because the world will condemn you on every side, but we have peace and mercy through Yahweh Shemi Shai.
Yep.
You got another one?
Nah, I just wanted to make a point because, I just wanted to pull that because, like we're reading in Sirach 40, that mindset of always having, death at the forefront of your thoughts, that's been done away with, as we entered into this truth.
Okay.
And the scriptures talk about how, I believe it's in second Timothy, the first chapter.
Yep.
It talks about how Yahweh Shai has abolished death, and he's basically revealed the path of immortality to us through the gospel. But it all starts, in our minds.
Okay.
And that's what's so heavy about this information. This information is ultimately, and wisdom, the maturation of wisdom, like we just broke down. That's what's going to lead us, to the crown, to the glory, Lord willing. But I just wanted to mention that.
Kind. You can go back to that Sirach 40.
Kind.
Because there's a little bit more.
Okay, kind. Sirach 40:2, it says, their imagination of things to come and the day of death trouble their thoughts and cause fear of heart.
So it's them letting their sins weigh them down. As it says, that's 2 Ezra chapter 16. Because we're not supposed to let that transpire. All right, because we are free from the mindset of this world. But there's a little bit more. Baba Kushai.
Verse 3, it says, from him that sitteth on the throne of glory unto him that is humbled in earth and ashes.
So it's talking about, from him that is mighty, and unto him that is lowly. All right.
Yep.
One more.
It says from him that weareth purple and a crown unto him that is clothed with a linen frock.
So from a king to a peasant, all right, they all have this put on their mind. All right. They all know that, they are in straits. They're going through it, but it's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Shai that freed us from this mindset, okay, and has put us in the mindset of joy and health, all right, to know that we're going to abound and grow, through Him, because we can't do shit our own selves, all right. If we could, there would be no reason why Yahweh Shai had to die. Okay? So he was crucified for us, for the elect. Lord's will, I'm a part of that number. Lord's will, his brother's a part of that number. To come out of the hell and anguish that we're in. Right?
If I got something. And really on the Sirach 40, low-key, we can keep going until like verse 8. It's up to you though.
Hey, you got it, huh?
Kind. Yeah, I'm going to hold this on deck. I'm going to keep reading this Sirach 40. But it goes good with it. Verse 5, it says, wrath and envy, trouble and unquietness, fear of death and anger and strife, and in the time of rest upon his bed, his night sleep do change his knowledge.
So through all the hell that you go through, you're always constantly thinking about it. All right. And with you thinking about it, if you don't have Yahweh Shemi Shai as your protection, okay, it's going to change your countenance. Mm-hmm. All right. You're going to be in a destitute mindset. All right. And all this is part of that the Ecclesiastes 7:7. Baba Kushai, could you go back to it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 7:7. It says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
See, that right there. All of that, what we just broke down, that's oppression. Okay? That quietness, that part that we just read in that Ecclesiasticus chapter 40, verse 5, right. How he loses sleep. All right? That's oppression. That's what oppression does. You can't have a mind a quiet thought. You can't have a peaceable moment. All right, because you're in oppression. All right, continue.
It says, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
And now we're going to go into that gift, because this gift that is about to be given unto you to see if you're going to take it and be of this world, or turn your eye from it, and follow Yahweh Shemi Shai in all his ways. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Baba Kushai, can we pull that Sirach chapter? Unless you want to pull that Romans.
Baba Kushai.
Go ahead.
Because I was going to make a point, you know what I'm saying, like you're breaking down, being in these everlasting chains, as the scriptures, liken being in the flesh, right? Because, we know that this flesh is not is a temporary thing. Like it says in Wisdom of Solomon 2:23, for man was
supposed to be immortal.
Right. Man was created to be immortal, roughly paraphrasing, right? The sons of God, created in the image of the Elohim, But, what comes with also being in this flesh is the carnal mind.
Yep.
So it's a double whammy, right? We're in this flesh, and being in the flesh comes with the carnal mind, which is also sometimes referred to, in E's, science as the reptile brain, right? He comes up with his own terms. All right, but really that's the mindset that all the heathen and him, Esau specifically, are operating under. The carnal mind, which is limited. But the scriptures let us know that we are to be operating with a spiritual mindset. We're spiritually minded.
I mean, come on, Baba Kushai, if I may say, because that's what the word holy means. Because we are separated from them. All right, we are a particular people. Unto Yahweh Shemi Shai, they aren't.
Right.
All right. They can't comprehend nor understand these scriptures, even though it's written plain upon tables.
Right.
Okay. But Salaki, you got it.
Because that's what gives that's one of the key distinctions between us and the other nations. And like the scriptures say, wisdom. What is that? Sirach 21, I believe it is, where it talks about wisdom. Choosing to dwell. With Israel, basically.
Oh, that's Sirach 24.
Sirach 24.
Sirach 24.
Right,
8.
wisdom making its abode with Israel.
Yeah, loosely paraphrased.
Right, and then also, the law. This is your wisdom. In the sight of the nations, roughly paraphrasing.
And the way he said that, he said this is your wisdom.
Right.
So if it's your wisdom, that means it can't be anybody else.
Right.
So that's how the spirit rocks.
Kind.
All right.
I'm not trying to ramble.
No.
I'm just trying to bring some points together.
You got it.
Because then the Apostle Paul let us know in Romans as well that the law was spiritual.
Yep.
So the only way to access
is through the Spirit.
You see what I'm saying?
So and Yahweh Shemi Shai only gave the Spirit unto the 12 tribes of Israel. Yep. All right, as it says in the Ecclesiastes chapter 44 verse 22. Going down the bloodline from Abraham unto Isaac, given unto Jacob, and given unto the 12 tribes under Jacob. All right, that's where it stops. It doesn't go to the rest of the nation. Mm-hmm. But nations. But Baba Kushai, you got it. Salaki.
Romans 8:5-6. Okay, it says verse 5. It says, "For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit the things of the Spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace." All right, now I want to read this in the NLT real quick. It says, "Those who are dominated by the sinful nature think about sinful things, but those who are controlled by the Holy Spirit think about the things that please the Spirit." Right, and that's the reason that's so crucial, is because we can't actually keep the laws in their perfection on a carnal level. Nope. But what we've been taught through the Spirit is how to please Yahweh Shemi Shai through the Spirit. And that's what, the Apostle Paul is basically, breaking down. But this is verse 6. It says, "So letting your sinful nature control your mind leads to death, but letting the Spirit control your mind leads to life and peace."
Bam.
So,
bro, that's you hit the nail on the head, because that's going to go right into what we're just about to go into.
Con.
You know, the second part of that, Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 7. You know, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. All right, so he just talked about, you know, being spiritually minded and being carnally minded. All right, Esau and these other nations can't be spiritually minded. Okay, they can only think cardinal. Okay, but usward here at GMS and all you Israelites that are, you know, keeping the faith the best way that they can.
Yeah.
All right, those are the ones that Yahweh Shemi Shai could possibly be dealing with. All right, on that spiritual level.
Man.
Okay. Now, Baba Kushai, if you could you pull that Sirach chapter 27 verse 1, start at the top, because it's going to segue straight into it. Okay. You know, it's going to segue straight into it. Baba Kushai.
Sirach 27 and 1. It says, "Many have sinned for a small matter, and he that seeketh for abundance will turn away his eyes."
Stop. It says, "Many have sinned for a small matter." Okay. Now, in these times to come, we have a small matter that's coming to try to take away, you know, what Yahweh Shemi Shai has blessed us with, and that's the MOTB. All right, Baba Kushai, read it again, just so for clarification.
Yeah, it says, "Many have sinned for a small matter, and he that seeketh for abundance will turn his eyes away."
So he that seeketh for abundance, he that seeketh for the kingdom, will turn his eye away, because he doesn't want what is carnal on this side. All right, he wants the kingdom everlasting. All right, continue, Baba Kushai.
Verse 2, it says, "As a nail sticketh fast between the joinings of the stones, so doth sin stick close between buying and selling."
Now let's break that down. It says, as a nail. All right, that's that post or that stake that they're going to stick inside you to leave this small matter or this small piece of technology. I don't want to give it too much so they can take the video down.
Right.
All right, but with them sticking between the stones, which the stones are the bones, you know, to inject or to place something inside of you, you know, Baba Kushai, you can continue.
Verse 3? I'll read it again.
Read it again, Baba Kushai.
Sirach 27 and 2, it says, "As a nail sticketh fast between the joinings of the stones, so doth sin stick close between buying and selling."
And that will be sin, because Yahweh Shemi Shai has already deemed it, you know, to be something that you don't do. All right, he already told you not to do this in Revelations 13, Revelations 14. All right, continue.
Verse 3, it says, "Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown."
Oh, it's unless a man holdeth himself diligently. So that means that he's keeping the law, statutes, commandments to the best of his capability. He is doing everything that he is supposed to and everything that he needs to. He is keeping his eyes single. All right, he's not allowing this world to pollute him. You know, as it says in that Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4. Okay, because this is a wicked time that we're coming into. All right, we are literally living in the midst of Babylon the Great right now. This is that gift that he's trying to give you to destroy you mentally, physically, and spiritually, because he wants you to think like everybody else in the world, which is a carnal mind. You know, think about the flesh. Think about now. You got it. Salakia. I think there's a little bit more.
Verse 4, that's sifted with seed. That one?
Nah, that was it.
Okay.
That was it on that. Baba Kushai, could you pull that Revelations 13, 13 and 16? Just to show how America is fallen, you know, because of this small matter. All right? Everything that has gone down, you know, on the news with, you know, Russia, China, all that, the World War III, you know, thing, you know, it's all for this small matter to be pushed. Okay, but you got it.
Revelations 13 and 16, it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads."
So he called us all. So that means that he's trying to put full control upon the populace, all right, of the known world, or Babylon the Great and the rest of the world, Salakia.
Right.
Because they are trying to implement their plans to run and dictate the society like Yahweh Shemi Shai has been since all this started. They want to be as God as they is that Obadiah? As they sit in they're trying to sit in the seat of Yahweh Shemi Shai.
I think that's Isaiah 14, maybe.
It's Isaiah 14, so like it.
No, I'm not sure. I'm
I thought it was Obadiah. But it says it so many times because Esau, which is the wicked, is trying his best to become Yahweh Shemi Shai by setting up the cameras everywhere so he can see everything in real time. He's trying to use your the predictive programming. He's trying to use your mind to see if you're going to commit a crime before you even think it. Okay, he's trying to do things that only Yahweh Shemi Shai can do. Okay, he wants to what do we always say? He wants to defile the woman. All right, and this is to you Jakes, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans of Negroid descent. Okay, because Esau wants to take you off your podium. He wants to take you off your kingdom domain, which is you ruling this known world. He doesn't want you to do that, but you got it.
This is Revelations 13 and 17. It says, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name."
So you would have to have a mark in order to buy or sell, and this isn't going to happen. Oh man, this might happen in my great grandson's time, but not now, bro. It's set up. It's here. Right. Deal with it. And how do you deal with it? By seeking out Yahweh Shemi Shai. You can't fight Esau on a cardinal level. Hell, he has the cardinality. He is the man of cardinality. That means that there is no weapon that can harm him. But what is it saying that Isaiah chapter is it 54 and 17, Baba Kushai? Because this MOTB is a weapon against the elect. So let's see what weapons that come up against the elect. What can they do for us or to us?
Isaiah 54 and 17, it says, "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn."
Thou shalt condemn. So Yahweh Shemi Shai is going to condemn, everybody that comes up against the men of Yahweh Shemi Shai, which are his prophets, which are here to speak these things into existence. All right, and the weapon that is trying to be used against us is not going to prevail, and that's called Holoyam Yahweh Shemi Shai right there. All right, because he's going to remove you in the midst of your walk. If something like this happens to come about, he's going to remove you from it. But you got it, Salakia.
It says, "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh Shemi Shai, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord."
It says, this is the heritage of the men of Yahweh Shemi Shai. Okay? So that's in these times now, and you have to walk accordingly. But Baba Kushai ain't got nothing else. You got it.
Come on. No, I mean, I didn't have anything.
All right, well, with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Shalom and shalom.
Shalom.